Salute. I see y'all in the building. Wanted to address something real quick. So what I wanted to address real quick was this of course Queen Regina. I just got a link sent to me in reference to a Queen Regina live, and I watched the video. Um I ain't pissing nobody off. I'm just about to explain something real quick because I think this is definitely a teachable moment, and I wanted to talk to Miss Queen Regina, whatever. Refuse to lose. I see you. The prophet is in here. I see you. I see you. Kiddish, I see you. So I wanted to talk to you guys real quick. I'm kind of just laying here and I don't feel like propping this phone up. But I wanted to talk about this Queen Regina situation and how Queen Regina and I had a bumping of heads, so to speak. I was listening to her video, and she kind of outlined in her video that she felt like I interjected myself in between a situation, which caused her to flag my video. And I wanted to explain to her, first of all, Queen Regina, to be honest with you, prior to Kwame Brown, that incident with Kwame Brown when I was on Miss 504's panel, I had no recollection of who you were. But you said in your video tonight, talking about, I think, the Mrs. Skinny situation, you were talking about how he was talking about, money and the subs. And I don't really want to get into that, but I really want to break down where I stand at and why I feel like, you may have overstepped yourself as a moderator. Being a moderator is cool. Some people pay to be moderators. Some people, they become moderators for free. When you've shown that you are an asset to the platform, that means you provide conversation, you provide feedback, whether you agree or disagree. I normally say, hey, thanks for being a subscriber. I make you a moderator, whatever, so that way you can, put your content in reference to your link in the chat room, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, we've been very successful over here on the Tough Love channel. But I think that as a moderator, I think you may have overstepped your bounds. And this is what I mean by that. I listened to your video and I was kind of taking some notes or whatever. And then I kind of responded back in her chat as well, in her comment section. But just in case, you know what I'm saying, I just wanted to put this out there for my people, just in case they see her video. And I encourage you guys to go watch her video, whatever. But around the 38-minute mark, she said that, I don't like when men interject in what it is that I do, as if my hard work don't count. And one, I want to salute her for being a veteran, and two, I want to let her know that she is dealing with a fellow veteran. I I mean, we don't have to lay degrees on the table, or whatever, but I just don't want her to think that she is dealing with somebody, what I'm saying? It's kind of like, I feel like it's easy to go against someone when you say, like, when she was talking about Mr. Skinny, she was like, okay, well, the veteran versus, the guy that was locked up. But when you go veteran against veteran, now things get a little, get a little bit more, what I'm saying, real. And I just think that, I think that she overstepped her bounds as a moderator. I mean, if you are Kwame Brown's moderator, your job is to make sure that you keep the chat going, put the information that needs to be put in there, and make sure that no one is being a distractor. Salute. I see y'all. Prophet says who she is. What I'm explaining who she is, Miss Curlin. I see you. The stone builders. I see you guys. So Miss Queen Regina is a woman right now. They're calling her the moderator. And right now, her and Mr. Skinny, and a few other people are going back and forth. And their personal beef, I have no concerns about. But she made a video, and she kind of she included me in it. So one of my subscribers, said, hey, you should check out the video. And in the video, she talked about men interjecting themselves into her type of work or whatever it is that she do for Kwame Brown. Me personally, I don't care what you do for Kwame Brown. I don't care. If you've made yourself a moderator, great, good for you. But here's the thought process. Unless someone has signed a contract for you, just because you call other content creators and you link them up, you basically doing secretarial work. You understand what I'm saying? You're calling this moderator or emailing this moderator. I'm sorry, emailing this content creator so that way Kwame Brown and this other content creator can now do an interview. That don't make you in charge of the content, Miss Regina. It don't make you in charge of the content. It doesn't give you ownership of the copyrights. So let me explain to you guys what happened. What happened was Miss 504 did an interview with Kwame Brown. At that particular time, I was subscribed to Miss 504, but someone else had told me, hey, Kwame Brown is on Miss 504, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I said, man, hey, let me pull up or whatever. I was in the chat room, I was listening, and she had mentioned, she said, anybody that wants to ask Kwame Brown some questions or, got any concerns, hit the link, etc. So I hit the link. I asked Kwame Brown 3 questions. I thought they were viable questions. He then replied. He thought they were pretty good questions or whatever. So it's pretty good dialogue, right? Now, up until this point, we've been doing kind of like a back and forth. I've been giving constructive criticism. He's kind of been responding back and forth. Nothing disrespectful, nothing out the way, nothing crazy. So I went on Miss 504's page and I asked Kwame Brown a few questions. He answered them. I thought the answers that he gave was pretty good based on his knowledge, based on his experience or whatever. I disagreed about the accountability situation, but really it was kind of like a one-sided thing. I'm going to ask the questions. He's going to answer the questions. It wasn't to challenge him on Miss 504's platform. Miss 504, she was, kind of, hey, I've been watching your videos, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So everybody was kind of in good spirits. So I got off there, and what I did was I was recording the video because I didn't know if it was going to go left or right. I didn't really know, what it really was going to be, but I thought it would be great content. Now, granted, Miss 504 was already live at this particular time, so her video was already in the algorithm. You see what I'm saying, of having an interview with Kwame Brown. So again, I took the clip of me asking Kwame Brown questions and him responding to me. And I took that portion of the clip and I said, hey, salute to Miss 504. I got a chance to catch up with Kwame Brown, actually have a little dialogue with him or whatever case may be. And, I posted the clip. So Miss 504, once I replayed the video, whatever, I think her interview was over at that particular time. She then came into the chat. I got all the screenshots and all that great stuff or whatever. Hey, thanks for coming, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So for some reason, a day later, the video gets flagged of the clip that I'm actually in asking Kwame Brown questions. So it gets flagged. So I'm like, why is it getting flagged? You know what I'm saying? I'm in this video, it's my likeness, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it gets flagged. One thing leads to another, and some type of way, me and Miss 504, we exchange numbers. So I talked to Miss 504, and basically, I don't know if it was just from how she was sounding, it was like people was in her ear. I didn't know who people was, I didn't know who that was, but so we talked or whatever. She said, hey, I'm removing the flag, right now, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So she removed the flag. So about a couple hours later or the next day, the video got reflagged. And I was like, why would the video get reflagged? So then, of course, when you flag a video, your name, they use the person's name. So I'm not going to use her government name, but Miss Regina was the person that flagged the video. And she was like, hey, I'm the owner of this content. That's what she told YouTube, I'm the owner of this content. This content belongs to me. When it doesn't belong to you, it belongs to Miss 504. But so Miss 504, again, she's already said I could use the content, but Miss Regina then went behind her, after they had some type of dialogue and then flagged the channel. Now I end up winning the appeal, but it was this whole thought of, ToughLove did some type of sneaky devilish stuff by posting a clip of him asking Kwame Brown questions, which was crazy. I'm like, hold on, wait, I'm in the video. It's my likeness in this video, so I can play this video according to fair use or whatever case may be. I changed the video up a little bit or whatever. So it really wasn't no need to flag the video. So I kind of looked at her video tonight, and I was asking myself, I said, I wonder, does she really believe what it is that she's saying? If you are a moderator, that's what you are. That don't make you the owner of people's content just because you go the extra mile and you say, well, I'm going to have Kwame Brown do an interview with this person right here. Or he says, I want to do an interview. Let's say he said, I want to do an interview with ToughLove. If the moderator reaches out to me so that way we can connect on a time and a date, etc., that still does not make her the owner of the content. So if she's flagging people's videos in the name of, this is my content, no, that's not the case. So, and I really want to take the whole Army veteran out of the thing. The Army has nothing to do with what's going on here on YouTube, and people are using this whole Army veteran thing almost as a joke to a certain extent. Because if we're supposed to carry ourselves to a different standard, then let's do that. Because here's the thing, Miss Regina. He said I should collab with the lead attorney. Okay, all right, appreciate that. But I just want to explain to you guys, because I think that, the people that subscribe to me, I really respect you guys, and I really want you guys to understand where I'm coming from. I'm not on here trying to do any devious stuff, trying to pull anybody down, trying to bash anybody. And I really hate, as Miss Regina being a former an Army veteran, for her to even think that. But sometimes when you go so hard for someone, and it's like she goes hard for Kwame Brown, which is great. But let's still stay realistic. All the people that hold on just one second, I'm gonna get to I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But all the people going after Kwame Brown, I think I'm one of the few that don't call him names, don't talk about his children, don't talk about his parents. So if we're going to start flagging videos, I think I should have been the last person to get flagged. So I don't know what her heartburn was. I listened to her video, and I said, well, since she's mentioning me, let me go ahead and address her so that way she understands. There's no ill intent. I did feel like, what she did was with malice. I think that she definitely maybe possibly took advantage of Miss 504 to try to promote this narrative of how dare ToughLove put a clip up of him and Kwame Brown talking from your channel, as if that was something wrong. When I said, I had to remind Miss 504, I said, you do clips of people all the time. You do Hassan Campbell, you used to do Monty Woodgrain, used to do a whole lot of people, and take their videos and change nothing, just talk over it. So I was like, well, how is what I'm doing different? It's almost like a selective outrage type situation. But yeah, I just kind of felt it was unnecessary. Again, I won the appeal. So hopefully that sent the message to her, like, you can't just go around flagging people's channels or flagging people's flagging people's videos that don't belong to you, because you are a liaison. You are really a moderator, but you're acting as a liaison between two content creators. You understand what I'm saying? That doesn't make you in charge of the content. And I just feel like you Miss Regina, either you've overstepped your boundaries or you're really trying to overdo it. And I think that you can find yourself in a lot of trouble when you do things like that, because that's false flagging. Like, you literally put in a false claim about content that didn't belong to you. And I really want, from one Army veteran to another one, I really want to just tell you, hey, watch yourself. You know what I'm saying? That whole beef between you and Mr. Skinny, I really don't care about none of that. But I do agree at the fact that, men shouldn't be calling women names and vice versa. I definitely agree with that. But I'm gonna tell you this too. Salute. I see y'all. Appreciate y'all in the building. I'm gonna say this to you. My daughter was used on a content creator's page in a disrespectful manner. Okay. And a lot of these people that I'm mentioning, allegedly knew about it, and didn't say anything about it. So that's why when people have this outrage, these men are calling people, the B word, et cetera, et cetera. There's been a lot of foul things said. And I think that if we're going to be men and women, and we're going to say that we promote and we stand for something, and we should stand for something across the board and say, we don't want to see none of this nonsense. But when my daughter was used for content, and she was disrespected on Miss 504's page, there was no flagging of her channel. There was no flagging of her video, which I thought was odd. You see what I'm saying? Which I thought was odd. So when someone then turns around and says, okay, well, I'm going to call you out your name. I'm going to call you the B word. Now it's like this outrage. And it's like, I'm going to do this and do that. It's like, if we're going to have a standard, let's have a standard. Let's promote a standard. And as an Army veteran, Miss Regina being an Army veteran, I would think that she would understand that. You see what I'm saying? Because when Kwame Brown was sitting on his platform and Weak Weasel and Tender Love and all this other stuff, there was no jumping up and down saying let's stop calling each other names. There was no hey, let's stop all of the name calling. And me personally, I can clearly say that I think that men and women should stop bashing one another or whatever. And I stand on that and I stand consistent with that. But you can't have selective outrage. Well, you can, but when you have selective outrage, people they look at you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thought process. Mr. Skinny and Kwame Brown, you know what I'm saying, for the last couple months, they've been rocking with each other, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? If you've been in his chat, you know what I'm saying, and you know that Kwame Brown supports him, my thing about it is how can you support Kwame Brown if you know Mr. Skinny disrespects black women? It was never an issue until he disrespected you. It was never an issue until he disrespected somebody you knew. Well, my thought process, if he's been doing that, then how can you support Kwame Brown if he was still supporting Mr. Skinny? So it's like selective outrage. And I just think that as a veteran or as anybody that say, hey, I care about what it is that I got going on, I think that we should be more, mindful of what it is that we're doing. So I just really wanted to address that or whatever. She did like a 2 hour plus video, which was very interesting. You just said a moderator is on the level of a secretary. No. I'm saying that when you go above your moderator status and you say, well, I'm reaching out to other content creators to set up interviews and I'm calling them and I'm emailing them. Well, that's on a secretary level. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know if you're getting paid to be a secretary, but to me, that has nothing to do with being a moderator. So I don't know if you guys agree or disagree, but the fact of the matter is, if you are getting paid to be a secretary, cool. Just because you're a secretary and you're lining people up to do interviews, that doesn't make you the owner of the content. And I think that what happened was she felt like she was, she put in the claim. I mean, I got the paperwork. I'm the owner of this content because it says when you flag someone, it says, are you the owner, the creator of this content? So she's saying yes. So, okay, well, I'm going to do my counterclaim, you know what I'm saying? And it comes to find out you're not the owner. So it just, to me, if you're saying I'm doing this in the name of Kwame Brown or I'm doing this because I'm just upset, then, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, people have to question your character if you're doing that. And I just wanted to give her just some friendly advice, you know what I'm saying? Just like, hey, you might want to kind of slow your roll because, that was a false, a false claim that you promoted. Let me see if I can look at some of these comments. It says, damn, people on YouTube got to leave the children. Yeah, it was interesting to me. Me personally, I think that what people would want to separate themselves once people start talking about their kids or whatever case may be. They would want to separate, you know what I'm saying, themselves from that type of narrative. If you don't want men calling women out their name, then you would separate yourself from the men that do that and the men that support that. I would think that. I would think that. Yeah, I'm sure, man. I'm sure. Yeah, but I mean, really, this is not a Kwame Brown led thing situation right now. This is just me talking to Miss Regina because I guess she was doing a video, trying to break down and explain certain things and really just trying to defend herself. I guess some people got blocked or something. 3,000 people got blocked, and she getting blamed for that. Like I really don't care about none of that. I just felt like when it came to me, instead of reaching out to me via email or phone number or something to say, hey, X, Y, and Z, can we talk? I'm a pretty approachable person. I'm a pretty reasonable person or whatever. But the whole narrative is that I didn't wait for Miss 504 to post her video with Kwame Brown. And I said the video that she was doing was live. It was already posted. You see what I'm saying? So to tell her anything else would be manipulating her. It was already posted. They were already live. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it's kind of crazy. Plus I was in the video. So if you look at fair use, You know what I'm saying? And the guidelines that govern the community standards, plus you're in it, it's a no-brainer. Yeah, I mean, she might think that. I don't know. I don't know. But I just wanted to give that advice out. If you're a moderator, there are duties and responsibilities that come with that. But it's not reaching out to other content creators to set up interviews. And if you are setting up interviews, nobody knows that you're setting up interviews. Nobody would think that's what you're doing. But it's like she wants people to be held responsible for things that was never put out to be known. Nobody knew that she was behind the scenes doing X, Y, and Z. So now that she's doing a video saying, well, I was behind the scenes doing this, this, and this. Okay, who knew that? You know what I'm saying? Who knew that she was, well, the liaison or the secretary or whatever it is, the super moderator, whatever it is that they want to call her. I'm just saying nobody knew that. Pure Ponder says, I think people get all in their feelings too easily, and I'm not excluding myself and getting one. Yeah, I think it's a lot of people feeling a certain type of way these days. You know. Yeah, and it's Miss Curlin. It's fine that you want people to know, but here's the thing: if you're not getting paid to do it and you just doing it, all right, that's a made up job title. That's a self-proclaimed job title. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're a moderator and that's the only title that you have, then that's the title that you have. I can't walk in the store and say, well, I'm the GM. No, you just got hired. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't get hired to be the GM. You got hired to be, you know what I'm saying, the janitor. You see, you can't just make up, you can't give yourself more responsibility because you feel like, well, this will make me look good or this will make me look better than other people. And I just feel like, if you got an opportunity to be a moderator, I don't know if you paid for it or not, but you setting up interviews don't make you the owner of people's content. And if you don't understand how the fair use policies work, you false flagging people, it really makes the other content creator that you say that you work for or work with makes them look bad because now it looks like you're attacking people that don't agree with that particular content creator. As long as I'm not doing anything to disrespect or harm the other content creator, then, the fair use policy is in full play. It says, Divine Space says she don't know that the S is for subscriber, not super moderator. I mean, who knows? Some people like to go above and beyond. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? She might like Kwame Brown. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she see him as a son, or maybe she see him. I don't know how she sees him, but I'm just saying I feel like what was done to me was just totally unnecessary for no reason. So for her to even still, from months ago to still feel like, well, since ToughLove interjected or whatever she wanted to say. And like I said, and I think what happened was I left a comment and I said, if Miss 504, if we had a conversation and she agreed to me using the clip, which I knew I could have used it regardless, but she agreed to it, then why would you go behind her and then reflag the damn video? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. And then everything in the video, I even shouted her out. I said, hey, salute to Miss 504, salute to Kwame Brown, because he didn't have to answer my questions. I said, hey, salute to him, and then he even did a video, a follow-up video, saying, he thought that that the interaction between him and I went pretty well, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But then, shit hit the fan when old boy decided to do a video doing some crazy shit. So yeah. Yeah, but moderators they definitely are very helpful, depending on, how big your platform is, because they keep things going. And the great thing about it is, I've obviously been blessed enough to pick moderators that have common sense and they know, we just don't block everything. We allow people to have a difference of opinion as long as they stay respectful. So, but I don't have anybody, reaching out to other content creators to do interviews for me. Like, and I don't know if that would be a moderator's job. Like, I don't know. Some people have their moderators doing a lot of other things. Maybe I just, I don't know. Miss Kerner says, I see it as a form of bragging. Um, I was watching her video. She likes to say that she's well educated. Um, she's definitely put herself at a certain level. She definitely put herself at a certain level. That's why I don't know if you guys seen the thumbnail, but I just did a screenshot or whatever case be. Um, because that was her title, Army veteran versus institutional something. And my thought process, we got people that they mess up and they go to jail, and once they do, they do their debt, serve their debt to society. To me, I think that uh, people should have a new inspiration for life, that new chapter in their life. So to me, I've seen and I've worked with a lot of gentlemen and women that have went to jail or prison, that done some crazy stuff, and now they're in their second chapter of life. Now, I've seen here online a lot of those people, using a second chapter to do crazy stuff. To be honest with you, no, 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 no. She hasn't been to jail. She has not been to jail. No, no. Her title of her video said the Army veteran, which is her, versus Mr. Skinny, but she didn't use his name. She said the institutional something, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it said. The Stone builder says it's a sad situation because she's basically causing a rift between other content creators to destroy their platforms. You don't have to be a fan of someone. Yeah, I mean, I think what's so crazy to me, which I thought I did a video earlier and I was talking about accountability. And for some reason, we've made accountability to be a bad thing. But I see a lot of people now talking about accountability in their own way, based on their experience. And it's just interesting to me. But I'm just glad that we've been, and when I say we, just the Tough Love family, we've been consistent in what we've been doing. And I just think that that's something to be happy about, because it's to me, it's something special. I see a lot of guys when they're pressed about stuff, they refer to jokes or insults, or your kids or your mama, your daddy, and it's some people that can actually hold a conversation and get to the nitty gritty of the meat and potato. So um, I don't know. I just see a lot of I see a lot of different stuff. To be honest with you, you're right, Pure Pondering. You're right. It says, Mario, no one should be disrespecting anyone else's child here on YouTube. They need to stay in their own lane. Yeah, I was disappointed, to be honest with you, because I know my 3-year-old never done anything to anybody. You know, I was disappointed. And it was disappointing. To be honest with you, I didn't watch the video. I was told about the video, but I wanted to make sure that it was actual factual. So I had to check it out. So I checked out to a certain extent, and then, I don't want to sit there and listen to somebody talk about my kids, but I never did a response video calling, Miss 504 out of her name, or talking about her child, or anything like that. I would think personally, if you've lost your kid, the last thing that you would be doing is being online talking about somebody else's kid. And I don't know why people would be in the comment section even supporting that. It's crazy to me. And this goes out to Miss Regina, Queen Regina. This is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. We can't be in an outroar about black women being called the B word, right? But being an outroar, when people talking about, kids who've passed away. Like, it's selective outrage. Why are kids and people being called names, period? And I would think, as an Army veteran, you definitely would understand that. Like, bro, I don't even want to support anybody that thinks this is the way to go, or this is something that we need to be doing, or whatever. But again, I don't see these other channels getting flagged that do this. I don't see. It says, I don't understand why Mr. Kwame Brown don't get you. You're smart, you're right, and you're cool. I'm gonna be honest with you with the Kwame Brown situation. I think that how people gas you up and get in your ear and kind of, because my thought process is, my videos, for the most part, about 99% of my videos, let's back it down a little bit. Let's be 95% of my videos. Sometimes I do videos and I'm like, I don't really want to post this or whatever. Lovely, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for the donation. Um, but if you sit down from start to end and listen to the video, you'll get the concept. Like nothing's done with malice, nothing's done with hatred. You know what I'm saying? I might have a lot of energy. I'm not talking loud right now. My kids in the bed asleep. But the fact of the matter is, I think he was gassed up, to be honest with you. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna put this battery in your back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna charge you up to think a certain type of way. Because if you listen to, which is funny because every video that I've ever done on Kwame Brown, I've tagged Kwame Brown in it. He knew that the video was being done. I've had Kwame Brown in my comments or whatever case may be. So to me, it really wasn't a reason for Kwame Brown to ever. And you know what he said on Miss 504's channel, which I thought was in. He said, "I never thought the videos that you were done was being done in malice." But this is what happened, and I know some of you guys are subscribed to Gravity Takeout. Gravity Takeout took clips of my videos, compiled up one video, and he promoted his narrative. And when I honestly thought that Kwame Brown was going to say, "Hey, look, if you don't like, Tough Love, then that's on you." But I just had a conversation with him. It was respectful. I told him I didn't take, any of the videos that he did as disrespect. So I'm not about to now jump on this Gravity Takeout bandwagon and say, "Oh yeah, I have a problem with him too." But this is what Kwame did that I kind of looked at him crazy. He then brought Gravity Takeout to his platform, and that to have this whole bash Tough Love, thing, which I thought was crazy because I'm just like, well, you can't say you thought my videos were respectful. Then when he has an issue, and the whole piece about Gravity Takeout, um, I appreciate that, Miss Curlin. Thank you very much. He says, Mario, you're passionate. That's totally different from arrogance. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't want to call him no names. I don't want to call Gravity no names. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think that Gravity Takeout has a message that is needed when he's focused. The issue is that Gravity Takeout had an issue with me because I didn't call him out, but I gave him the same constructive criticism that I gave Kwame Brown. And what I told him was, I said, look, you went at the lead attorney for Tasha K because you was trying to win favor with Tasha K. I ended up saying that, she never, really acknowledged that. He did the video and was, I guess, showing, salute to you, King, or whatever. But the whole thing about it is she was wrong. Tasha K was wrong. And anybody who cared about being fair and impartial would have said that she was wrong. You see what I'm saying? So that was me and Gravity Takeout's riff. So, that time had elapsed or whatever case may be. He had ended up getting C19. I did a video because Spitting Fire kind of let people know, hey, pray for Gravity, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna let bygones be bygones, you know what I'm saying? And send him a shout out, man. I hope you and your family are safe, etc. But I thought that we were good. And then after I did the Kwame Brown video, I think it was like the next day, he did a video basically calling me like all types of names and and I was like, what the fuck, And I'm thinking like Kwame Brown's like, man, I don't want no parts of this. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking Miss 504 gonna say, I don't want no parts of this. But that was definitely it was unexpected. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely unexpected or whatever. Because at this particular time, if you felt that I was doing something, you definitely could have reached out to me and had a conversation or whatever. So it made me kind of second guess that's the whole narrative or whatever case may be. I'm not opposed to talking to anybody as long as they're respectful. Pure Ponder says, Mario, what's the background perspective on Gravity Takeout? Is there something in his background that could be coloring his perspective of what you're doing? I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that the way I tackled the what he did with the lead attorney, I felt like that was definitely disingenuous and it lacked integrity because I felt like he was trying to me personally, I felt that what he did with Tasha K is the same thing that he did with Kwame Brown. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, get your numbers up, get your views. They're bigger content creators. And I get it. I understand that. But my thought process is I didn't come to him with disrespect. I didn't come to him calling him weasels, snakes, and all this other stuff with her. I just said, man, it's crazy that, even though Tasha K was wrong, that you thought she was right. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't follow people blindly. And maybe it rubbed him the wrong way, but I thought enough time had passed, especially after I did the video saying, hey, I hope he get better after that C19. You know what I'm saying? I felt like, but what he did was he literally watched 3 or 4 or 5 of my videos and did a compilation of me kind of, I guess, in passionate moments speaking on, Kwame Brown and the Go Along, Get Along gang. But just as many clips that you could do of me saying the Go Along, Get Along gang, et cetera, is me saying, hey, shout out to Kwame Brown. I agree with him on this particular topic or this particular subject. So it's like, I guess you could do either way. You could say, yeah, he was for Kwame Brown, or he gave Kwame Brown constructive criticism, or he just totally hated him. And the way it was presented was, I always hated him. You know what I'm saying? Never had no respect for him. And that's just not true. And I was hoping that Kwame Brown could see through that. But again, you like who you like, man. You like who you like. I'm not here to play favorites with anybody. I'm just here to do my piece. And I really feel like we need a place, we as in men, we as in women, we as in community, we need a place where we can go and have a conversation where it's not about disrespecting one another. And you don't have to worry about, because I disagree with you, I'm now going to talk about your children or your family or dox you and do all this crazy stuff. Like, to me, I just think it's absurd because I've seen people get really hurt behind doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed that there's a lot of people with nothing to lose on social media, especially here on YouTube, especially in hearing this. Like, they have nothing to lose. So it's like, well, I'm going for the gusto. I'm going to try to do what I can to hurt you. I'm going to try to do what I can to expose this and expose that. And I'm like, man, like, all of this exposing, won't we try to actually help people? Won't we try to build people up? What is all of this break people down shit? Like, it's more focus on the bad than focusing on the good. And these are grown men and women. These are people that are grandparents. You know what I'm saying? That they're on social media. It's like, let me tell y'all all the bad of this person's past. And then that's like, well, damn, who don't have a past? You know what I'm saying? I do believe that. It's very unproductive. It is very unproductive. Pure Ponder says maybe he doesn't take constructive criticism well. Which is funny because he just did a video on Mr. Skinny holding Mr. Skinny accountable to a certain extent. So giving him constructive criticism and was like, I don't know if you're going to take this personal but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because I feel like you question ToughLove when ToughLove do it. But when you do it, you know what I'm saying, it's coming from a good place. So I don't, I know what I stand for and I know what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? And no one can deter me from the facts that I already have from within in reference to knowing one's worth. It's been tested. I think Miss Regina can agree with me when you say you've been battle tested and certified. So again, how she was kind of addressing Mr. Skinny or whatever case may be, I do feel like that. Like, what's your resume? What's your resume? A lot of people talk, but they don't have a resume. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about, a physical resume. I'm just saying in life, a lot of people haven't accomplished anything. And those that have accomplished certain things, a lot of people do a lot to rip them down and tear them down. Like, I literally had men, online talking about, oh, you think you smart because you went to college. It's funny to me. I'm sorry, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let me attack you because you went to college. Let me attack you because you went into the military. Like, bro, like, what's your resume? Because to me, successful people don't attack one another like this. You know what I'm saying? They don't go after, they build wealth. They build their communities. They build their families. They promote a legacy. They promote, you know what I'm saying, just betterment. I've never, unless I was, overseas, but I've never been around so many people who rather see you fail than win. There's a lot of conversation about promoting the failure of someone or helping the failure or teaming up against someone to make sure they fail versus to build them up. It's just, I don't know. It is unbelievable. You're right. Refuse to lose. Ms. Curlin says they didn't want it from you because there was some form of jealousy going on. I don't know, Miss Curlin. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Gravity Takeout really forced me to lose my cool because I thought that what he did was just totally unnecessary. And those videos are still up. You know what I'm saying? I just thought it was unnecessary. You know, after me and Kwame Brown had some positive dialogue, to come behind that and then do a videos like this is where he was. You know, he was sneak dissing you, Kwame. And to me personally, I'm gonna be honest with you. Here's my issue. My issue is that I understand that when people hear passion, they take it as hate. There's not a lot of people who are mature enough to understand the difference between that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I could be passionate about something, but not say anything hateful. But you'll take the passion and then label it as hate or label it as sneak dissing. And my thought process is if I have something to say to you, then I'm going to tag you in it so you can know. It's not going to be a third party thing. It's not going to be somebody sent me the link to this shit. I want you to know. But I think since I've been on here, I've been cool. I've been kind of cool, you know? You know? Yeah. I definitely think it's weird. Like I'm laughing at your achievements that I don't have. Imagine somebody buying a brand new car and you don't even have the credit score to get a car, but you joking on them. That's the type of car you bought. Like, what's funny? You walking, you in the rain. You know what I'm saying? You in the rain. What the fuck? I'm trying not to be loud. I don't want to wake up my baby girls. I'm just saying, it's just crazy, man. Yes, I believe we definitely can do better. We definitely could do better. I mean, sometimes you gotta get people to challenge us. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get people to challenge you to do better. And they don't have to challenge you where they're insulting you and trying to embarrass you. Sometimes it's just a conversation. You know, I had several people say, won't you go ahead over there to hit Kwame Brown's link and talk to Kwame Brown on his channel? And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Kwame Brown would do better on ToughLove's channel than ToughLove would do on his channel. One, because I wouldn't do anything to promote disrespect, nor would I tolerate it. But the fact of the matter is, I wouldn't come into the situation on guard, on pins and needles with something to prove. I think that to me, somebody like me going on his channel, I believe that it would be something to prove. You understand what I'm saying? I believe there was it like let me out talk you, try to outwit you. I don't think it would be a conversation. And it's not that I can have a conversation with anybody, but I don't have anything to prove to Kwame Brown. You understand what I'm saying? You know, he's had his career, I've had my career. He has his resume, I have my resume. But I think that my supporters, tough love, you know, I think that we have really promoted a level of consistency where I think that I don't care how many subscribers you got. I think this is right now one of the premier fair and impartial channels. One of the premier, not the only one, but one of the premier ones where I believe we can have a conversation, and it's not about to I'm gonna be able to hold my own. You know, and it's not hold my own cursing you out or hold my own disrespecting you. It just hold my own in whatever dialogue, you know, we get into. Let's talk. What's up, man? What's up, man? It says, and he know that. That's why he'll never do it. Yeah, and I think at this point in time, I think we've moved past the whole we need to talk to each other shit. Like I don't really care, you know, like I'm not, you know, waking up like, oh, today's the day. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like I'm just some of these gentlemen, like you know how you gotta love somebody from afar. You know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like I've said everything that I need to say, and I stand by what it is that I said. And the great thing about it is that a lot of what I said is reasonable enough for anybody to understand. You see what I'm saying? So that's again, I say your content is your character. You know what I mean? That's what I do. It says I agree. Not about proving anything to each other. It's about coming together and start building. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. But you know what? I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. I thought the best thing for me to do was to reach out to content creators that I felt had a voice, um, that I felt that wanted to promote um, positivity and build. I was mistaken. The best way to reach these content creators and make change is to do exactly what I'm doing. Because regardless if you see these people in the chat and commenting or not, they are getting the message. Trust and believe. There are several things that I've talked about that I've seen other content creators, bigger and smaller, talk about the same exact way, use the same exact verbiage and whatever. And that's great. You don't have to send me a shout out, but that just lets me know that what I'm doing um, is on a monumental scale. That means it's getting out there. You see what I'm saying? So I don't let the views or the donations or the subscribers, I don't let that go to my head. One person that hears this message and that benefits from this, to me, I feel like we are accomplishing something. And every time I go live, it's at least one person in the chat. And it's not a troll. They identifying themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful for that. I'm blessed for that. You know, anytime you can have a conversation and you ain't got to worry about somebody saying, "Well, you're getting the best of me, so I'm gonna start cursing you out. I'm gonna mute your microphone. I'm gonna drop you down from the panel. You know, I'm gonna let my entire chat room, you know, dog you out and call your names and all that." Like, I just think that's, to me, I think is unnecessary. I think if you're about positivity, you're about building, you're about standing on your square, I think that you're gonna carry yourself like that. And that's gonna go from everywhere from how you speak to people to how you allow your chat to speak to people. You Miss Curlin, you exactly right. Sometimes we need to build separately. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't have the visual capacity, the mental capacity, or the stamina to build together. Sometimes you got to let people say, you know, hey, whatever your assignment is that you feel that your attributes from God is, then you build on that. You know, you build on that. You do your thing. It don't have to be together all the time. Refuse to lose says, at what cost? For what? For the gang to gang up on you. Yeah, I'm not even worried about, like, you know, um, I believe I share a platform with people who really want to see betterment. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, I don't know if Army veteran is a status, but just being somebody who cares, if that's a status, then there's a lot of people who care. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who care. Even now, I haven't told anybody hit a like button, but I constantly see this like button going up. So obviously, there's some people that care. So I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. You know, I'm working on that. The stone builders refuse. I'm definitely working on spreading out the platform a little bit or whatever. I'm actually working on some other things. Like I said, you know, I'm kind of, you know, from my retirement, I'm kind of starting a new chapter, and I was kind of figuring, you know, do I got some job offers, and I'm just trying to figure out what direction I really want to do. But I do like this I like this channel, but I feel like my message is bigger than just going live on YouTube. I believe it's bigger than that, you know, and it's just going to take the right momentum and the right conversation. You know what I'm saying? But I need to just promote consistency, and I just need to be patient. You know, I would rather do it slow and get it out the mud than have do it on somebody else's back or at the expense of disrespecting somebody's family. It says when they see the growth, it will be more accepting to change. You don't have to put others down to show your strength. Yep, you're right. You're right. You're right. Building together. If you can't hold each other accountable, not going to work. Yeah, you know, I've never been in a place where accountability was a bad thing, positivity was a bad thing. Um, I never, being a leader was a bad thing. Like I've never been in a place where those three things were being promoted as bad things, where men were happily saying, "I'm not a leader." I don't hold other men accountable. I've never been anywhere where men openly said that right there. Whether it was sports, whether it was certain organizations, hell, even school. I've never talked to men who didn't strive to um, say that they were leaders of something. Whether they're leaders of men, leaders of the household, hell, leaders themselves. But I never talked to men that wasn't interested in talking leadership, that wasn't interested in talking building, that wasn't interested in talking winning. You know, so it's kind of new for me. Lovely says he would have gotten loud and started talking you and start calling you weak weasel, white boy tactics and all that crap. Leave that crap alone. I don't know, man. People might surprise you. People might surprise you. And I think at the end of the day, man, whether people want to, I don't think no one is going to, issue an apology to Tough Love, but I feel like at the end of the day, you get those people who really they care about themselves enough to be like, you know what, this has gone too far, or this is not worth it, or I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to cross this line, or whatever. Some people have a moment of clarity, to get that epiphany, and they say, you know what, hey, maybe I can do a little bit better. I've heard a couple content creators say, hey, you know what, maybe I need to stop cursing so much. You know what I'm saying? Or yo, crazy cousin. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Um, I've heard a couple content creators say they're gonna try to clean up their channel a little bit or whatever. And I'm not saying it's due to me, but maybe it's just maturity. Maybe something that kids said or something like that. And don't get me wrong. Sometimes I go in, I drop a couple f bombs every now and then, but I really want to take this conversation mainstream. And I want to have it to where people are affected in a good way. And it doesn't. I think the problem is, to be honest with you guys, is that people, for some reason, every time people have a conversation, somebody has to be the loser. Like somebody has to walk away feeling defeated or disrespected. And I think that's the narrative I'm trying to change. You don't have to do that. You don't have to make people feel like, a piece of shit because you have a disagreement. And if I could do something to alter that thought process where you have to be disrespectful to somebody to win. You don't have to. You can beat, of course you can beat somebody with kindness, but can you beat them with patience? Can you beat them with comprehension? You know what I'm saying? Can you change the narrative? I mean, that's real power. That's real power. But yeah, I just wanted to do this for Miss Regina or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't think ultimately she's a bad person. I salute her being a veteran. I salute her being a mother. I salute her being um just a woman in general. But I just hope that we can do better towards one another, and if there's an issue, we can reach out to one another versus let me just try to take it to the full extreme. And I would also suggest, Miss Regina, that if you're going to be in an uproar because a black man called a black woman the B word, which you should have a passion about, then that means you shouldn't be supporting any platforms that talk about people's kids. You shouldn't be supporting any platforms that call people out of their names, period. That's fair. And as an Army veteran, you understand what being fair and impartial is. Miss Lady, what's going on? Miss Lady says, I think Kwame knows how to go with the flow. He can work with you one way and someone else another way, you two would get along, I believe. I think so, Miss Lady. I don't know how long you've been in here, but I kind of said something similar to what you just said. That's why I said you'd be surprised, man. Everybody, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. Some people they don't really want the fuss. They don't really want the fussing back and forth. They probably will do it to do it. But I mean, some people, especially with guys, it's like, man, let's get a beer, let's play some basketball, some football, or a video game, or go fishing. You'd be surprised. Like, I've literally been in fights where you could fight a guy, and then turn around the next day and y'all be cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just the way it is. I'm not a person that holds grudges. And let me tell you guys something else. Like, there was an issue between me and Tommy Sotomayor. Like, I know you guys heard them guys was like, how could you even listen to Tommy Sotomayor? How could you, and my thought process is like, everything that I need to address with Tommy Sotomayor, I've addressed it. This was a while ago. I've moved forward. I think, he didn't move forward, whatever. I don't think we sit back and forth and throw shots and shade. But I think, me personally, just like with Kwame Brown and just like with other content creators, there are certain things that these guys say that I resonate with, that hit home for me. So I say that, I say these things like, hey, I resonate with that particular thing that you just said. So I try not to hold grudges. I don't want anyone living in my head rent free with negativity. Like, I don't want to carry that around. I don't want to harbor that, because I try to be as optimistic as possible and give people the benefit of the doubt. So I know that that was something that Kwame was harping on. Like, how could you forgive a man that talked about this and did this and did that? And it's like, I don't know if it's forgiveness for him. It's peace for me. It's serenity for me. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of these content creators, man, they have a special gift. You know what I'm saying? They have a special gift. And for me not to recognize that because we had a disagreement, I think that would be naive on me. And maybe it's just because, where I'm at with my level of thinking right now, or hey, maybe y'all think maybe y'all think I'm naive. I don't know. But I know that everything ain't gonna be always kumbaya and rainbows and shit. I realize that. I get it. But I don't want to deliberately hold hate in my heart. I don't want to deliberately hold hate in my heart for anyone. So that's why I'm able to hopefully remain fair and impartial when I'm speaking on topics or whatever. But I really want to expand my horizons a little bit. There's a lot of other topics I want to get into or whatever. I'm subscribed to certain content creators. So even if I'm not talking about, the Tommies and the Kwames and the Hassans and the Charles Wilson or whatever his name is, Charleston White, Charles Wilson. Um, I'm still kind of third hand getting kind of information because I support their channels, or I'm listening to certain things. Certain things I don't listen to, but I'm listening to certain things. But I really want to. A friend of mine was like, man, you should just let this tough love thing, kind of just run a course and just start a brand new channel where you're not subscribed to the same people, so you don't have to be in the circles or whatever. Divine Space says, I really had hope Kwame Brown would stop the back and forth. I was looking. You know what, man? I say, and see, here go me being optimistic again, right? The weak weasel, right? The tender love. I say don't give up on him yet. I say don't give up on him yet. You never know. He might wake up and be like, man, listen, if it ain't positive, I ain't talking about it. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't this, I ain't talking about it. Sometimes you got to give people time. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is what I really hope that we stop doing. We wait to a tragedy to want to live better. We wait till we get sick. We wait till somebody getting ready to die or die. We wait till we lose our jobs. We wait till the relationships end. We always wait for a tragedy to want to do better. And I think that we need to stop that. And I'm not just talking about black people. I'm talking about people in general. right? We need to stop waiting for a tragedy in order to think better, to feel better, to do better. And I think that is the main push that I've been trying to push out. Like, let's stop waiting for a tragedy. And there's a lot of guys who survived a tragedy. So I even think that their push for betterment would be extra strong. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I was a little bit surprised at Gravity Takeout. To be honest with you, I was surprised. I was disappointed. You know, not like I'm his daddy or nothing, but I was just disappointed or whatever. You know, but I got high hopes for all these gentlemen. If you know, I got high hopes for every man that I've ever spoken about and every woman that I've ever spoken about. And I speak on communities with high hopes because I feel like we all have special talents and gifts, and it just to me it's important on how we use them. That's just my outtake. It says I haven't just had to give him space. I check back every now and then. Yeah, sometimes you got to give people space. It says Skinny is horrible. Yeah, he calls you tender love and even said he wanted to slap you. Yeah, so here's the thing with the whole slap me thing. I'm about to piss somebody. Listen, I'm not worried. Listen, y'all. Listen. Um, can't help but laugh. Yeah, I'm not worrying about that. I'm not worrying about that. You know, to be honest with you, it would be no reason for this guy to say that he would want to put his hands on me, but um, there would be some consequences for that. You know, there would be some major consequences for that. Yeah, I believe so, Miss Curling. I believe so. You know what I'm saying? Your crazy cousin says, "Why start a new channel when the current one is starting a new changes through?" You're right. You're right. You're right. And again, I'm exercising my options. You know what I'm saying? You know. Plus, I've gotten a chance to He said, "Tell him you a soldier." Yeah, you know, I really, it's really not even about glorifying anything. Miss Regina is interesting because she actually was addressing something tonight. You guys go check out her video that she did, but she was addressing something, and like I said, there was a few things in there I totally agree with her when she was talking about the military, and I don't think people realize because just because you was in the military don't mean that you really did shit. You know what I'm saying? But I really like to say that I really did some things, and I work with people doing other things. So I don't I have a lot of I'm just meticulous. You know, I'm just meticulous. So I wish Mr. Skinny the best. You know, I realize his story. In reference to the bid that he did for 11 years. That's a long time to be away from your family. And like I said, he would be one of those guys that I would say, now that you have a new chapter in your life, what are you doing with that chapter? You know, um, it used to kill me when I used to deploy for a year and have to be away from my kids. So imagine doing 11 years, So, I mean, I wish him the best, and I'm pretty sure he checks the Tough Love page every now and then. So again, it's just, something that he's doing. Um, to appease himself, his audience, or whoever else he's trying to appease or whatever. But I got a tender heart. You know what I'm saying? Got a tender heart, man. But I still dibble and dabble in the savagery at times. Spin fire, what's going on? Salute. Long time no see. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Hopefully everything's going good with you. Um, Says I'm stopping by my trolling ways because of your content. Tough love, no cap. For real, I'm stopping the trolling ways. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, somebody said two channel. Vernon says two channels is okay. Yeah, but see, here's the thought process, man. I don't want to just be made. I actually got a backup channel too. You guys feel free to look at Tough Love 2.0 and subscribe over there or whatever. But I I just want to get into some other content. Even if the other channel is nothing but interviews or something. But if you guys got any ideas, feel free to drop them down in the chat. You know what I'm saying, and I'll check them out or whatever. I'll check them out. But I think everybody's grown in different ways. They're grown in different ways. If you are a content creator, feel free to drop your link in the chat so people can come and subscribe to your channel and check out any new things that you got. Lovely says, I used to run Kwame Brown train, but he started happening. Yeah, it's some things going on, y'all. I hate to put one man at the center of everything. You know what I'm saying? I think we are all responsible for what it is that we do, and what it is that we want to promote. So, I don't think it's a one man problem or a one woman problem. I think it's a us problem. And until, we individually start promoting us, it's always going to be, the collective of nonsense. But I think there are a lot of content creators out there that are doing a phenomenal job at having a great conversation, whether they want to call it a tough conversation, or whatever. But they're doing a great job at having those conversations. I try to share those content creators to my community tab. If you guys are not going to the community tab, I would highly encourage you guys to go check it out. There's a lot of stuff in there. It's a lot of stuff. You know, everything from bang to credit to empowerment to buying homes to passports to relationships to depression, suicide. Like it's just a lot of stuff in there. So if I see something that catches my eye or somebody shares something with me or whatever. Miss Curlin says, Mario, you are doing a bad job. I play it. I appreciate it, Miss Carolyn. Thank you. Thank you. I had my oldest daughter. She actually checked my page the other day. And she's like, I'm so impressed. I appreciate it, man. I was happy. I would have cried, but I'm a thug. I would have cried, but I'm a thug. T King says, I love my time in the military. Everyone wants to compare it to prison. It's nothing like that. I had a great experience. Still got my freedom, got paid benefits like the GI Bill. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's awesome. That's an awesome testimony. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Brandon Simmons says public records. Oh, okay. Got you. Yeah. If you go listen to Kwame's yesterday morning's live video, he was really checking Mr. Skinny, and it sounded very genuine. You know what, Miss Lady? I haven't heard well, I think, man, maybe last week. Whenever I did that live, I think that was the last one I saw, whatever. But I appreciate that information. I'll keep that in mind. I know you've been in the chat supporting, so I'll keep that in mind because you said that. I think that again, in order for us to be able to check anybody or to hold anyone to a standard or to tell someone that they're falling below the standard as a man, when we have the conversations, we got to make sure that we put out the right information. I don't know. Again, I could listen to, what he said to Mr. Skinny directly, but again, if you're checking him, so you said, Miss Lady, if you're checking him, you're definitely holding him accountable and to a standard. You see what I'm saying? If you're addressing him, then you're holding him accountable and to a standard. So therefore, you believe in accountability to a certain extent, and I think that that was a special moment when you're asked that. And I did that meticulously because I wanted people to understand, like, hey, if this guy believes in accountability, or if this guy holds men to a standard and himself, then, we all, we all should be included in holding ourselves to a standard. But I think what it did was taking out certain words from our vocabulary or acting like these words don't have the impact that they have. Like when you talk about leaders and role models and accountability, like some people have removed those words. So therefore they're not responsible now. And I'm not talking about Kwame Brown. I'm just saying some people do that. And then I've heard people say, I'm not a role model or I'm not a leader. And I was, and my next question, my response is always, why not? Why don't you care enough to be that? Because we're going to get mad at mass media when they become that, right? They become the leaders for our children. We're going to get mad at celebrities when they become the leaders of our children. We're going to get mad at the gay community when they become the leaders of our children. So why don't you become the leader for your children? You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe this is just maybe this is over y'all head. Y'all don't, maybe I'm doing too much talking. ToughLove ain't subscribed. No, I'm not. I'm not. That was another thing too. Like people was kind of hitting me on the back end saying, this is back, back a couple months ago. It's like, oh, he dropped the link. I was like, how do I supposed to listen? I was like, how do I supposed to know he dropped the link? I'm not subscribed to him. I think the last time that he dropped it, I was literally in the fellowship program at the prison, talking to some guys, and we can't even take the phone. I don't know if you guys ever did visits or not. You can't take the phone in there. So, it's just like, I don't know. It's crazy. Brandon says, ToughLove. I was saying Skinny did 11 in prison, not sure. Yeah, I knew that. I did know that. I did know that. I did know that. If you guys look at the thumbnail of Miss Regina, she's actually kind of stating that too. Skinny was for me. We don't bash other content creators here. Please don't do it here. Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't think we need to. Like, again, your content is your character, you know? He told Mr. Skinny it was a Dulo twist that was not holding him accountable. That said to save his brand, pacify his audience. Interesting. Yeah. 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 I'm hoping that you guys having you can get some rest or whatever. I'm gonna give y'all guys about 10 more minutes, and I was supposed to be watching this Van Holla movie, Vikings Van Holla. I don't know if you guys are into that, but I just seen another movie too. What was it called? Man, I just watched another series and I forgot the name of it. Forgot the name. Yeah, I unsubscribed from a lot of people, y'all, to be honest with you. I just didn't want I appreciate that. Thank you very much. You guys made it a great show. Like, I just really wanted to address Miss Regina. Hopefully she takes this as respectful. I don't think I said anything disrespectful to her, whatever case may be. But I wanted to understand, my viewpoint on how I saw things as well. So you know what? You're right. I gotta see the new Batman movie. I gotta see it. I think that's gonna be interesting. Yeah. I'm kind of waiting for this Black Panther 2 to come out. Real. Can't wait for that to come out. The Black Panther 2, boy. You gotta get it tomorrow. Nah, you're going to do. No, you're not. I appreciate that. Saying I'm not doing too much. That's pretty. Appreciate that. So I'm enjoying the documentary. Okay. I just want to let you guys know, what I'm saying, just in case I don't say it. I think it's great to give content creators, their flowers, and tell them how great they are. But I'm telling you, you guys really make or break a content creator, because you guys don't push me. Like right now in the chat room right now, Miss Lady said, yes, Batman. Hey, Miss Lady, if y'all listen, if Miss Lady, let me help you out real quick. Like I said, if you guys are really supportive in the chat and you add into the conversation, I like to, kind of give you my salute, by making people moderators or whatever. And if I missed you, I apologize. But you can always, contact me and let me know. But what I wanted to say was the subscribers really help promote the channel, like what people want to see. Like, you guys never push me to go at anybody, to disrespect anybody. And I really appreciate that. Now if I do need to get savagery, then I'll get savagery. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to drag you guys into anything or whatever. But you know, I think we have a level of understanding. You know what I'm saying? If we ain't no killers, but well, some of us might be, but don't push us. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's a lot of people that really want to see you outside your character. But I appreciate you guys for staying in character. She also, Miss Regina was also saying tonight about I guess people's subscribers and the extreme things that they do. And I was and let me address that right now. I don't feel like there's anybody that subscribed to Tough Love that's doing anything extreme. So I wanted to tell her that too. I don't feel like we're a part of that equation. And just like you, to me, if you give Kwame Brown the benefit of the doubt, give us the benefit of the doubt. Come over to Tough Love, check out a couple shows, maybe a past show. It don't have to be anything long. Give me like 10, 15 minutes and see what vibe you get. I just don't think this is the bashing channel. Like, this is the disrespect black women and black men and white people and blame slave. Like, I just don't think this is that channel. You know what I'm saying? Since I'm about to piss somebody off. Nah, not really. Not really. If you guys see some wrenches by your name, I deliberately did that, okay? So I appreciate that. I don't know. I don't even know. You know what? I want to say, hold on. I don't know where that came from. I don't know where that came from. It just came to me one day. Your crazy cousin says level-headed adults, civil enough to talk it over. Yeah. I don't think we cultish at all. I think all of y'all different than a mother. I think y'all will be like, how many people in here say I don't agree with you, Mark? I should have blocked y'all for saying. Let me go ahead and start blocking some people right now that I think said it. I'm playing. I'm playing. Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think so. Miss Lady says, I'm tired of people in Wakanda always talking crap about my mother because she's a good. No, I'm just playing. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. I think I'm getting sleepy. He says, I'm tired of good brothers with great potential going at it. Y'all act like y'all can't fathom everybody happy and prospering. I think I can. I think the issue is that I think people fighting for a top spot that don't exist. Let me be honest with you. I don't want to be anywhere where a man feels like he's over me. Um, I feel like if you have knowledge, share your knowledge with me. I don't want to be anywhere where a woman feels like she's over me. If you have knowledge, share your knowledge with me. Let's build together. Let's build equal. Let's build even. But if we have to build separately, just because we building separately, don't mean you tear me down while you building. And I think the thought process is I need to tear you down for me to get up. And that's the way it is. I need to promote a level of hatred and savagery or name calling toward you for me to feel empowered. And that's what I'm up against. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest with you. That's what we are up against. And anybody that stands or feel like they stand in the gap. Between I don't think I'm 100% positive and I don't think I'm 100% negative, but I stand in the gap. We are the placeholders. We are the gatekeepers to how much bullshit we gonna allow and not allow. You understand what I'm saying? And how much we promote building and how much we promote having a tough conversation. Tough love is not about crushing anyone or disrespecting them into submission. No. I mean, whether Kwame Brown believes it or not, I said it. Anything that I've ever said, it's been out of respect. Um, that's for him, and I said for any other content creator. Salute. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. Again, thank you. Miss Carolyn says, I think you need to go to bed and have some warm milk. Ugh, warm milk. Ugh, that's disgusting. As my daughter would say. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. So I'm going to sleep. Y'all be blessed. Yeah, I'm about to get out of here right now. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? May go live tomorrow. I don't know yet or whatever. But you guys feel free to go check out some of my old, I don't want to say old videos, but check out some of my past videos. I think you guys will find some of them refreshing. Some of them fun. Some of you guys will kind of see the house a little bit. People's like, "Oh, you gonna walk around your house and do that?" See the office a little bit. Check it out. Some of my daughters are in the some of those videos or whatever. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't really like. I don't really like showing my children on here. After that Miss 504 incident, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really like. I don't like that. And I don't want um, my family members to feel a certain type of way about it either. But I'm wishing you guys prosperity. I'm wishing you peace. I'm wishing you joy. I'm wishing you success. And I'm hoping that your ambition to be positive and to live your best life is not under the worst conditions. I appreciate y'all. Till next time, adult up. Peace.